Greetings, everyone. Welcome to my office. Let's get into the charts. So, from here, remember the last video? That was my first video I uploaded telling you guys about this dollar index. I'll be expecting this dollar index to hit this orange line, but before that, it should bounce off one of these zones. And as expected, price already tested the first one, but still yet I'm not that convinced that price is going to reverse from here totally. It should either come back down here, but whatever the market shows me, I'll take it. So from here, I'll be expecting something like this to be convinced that price has reversed off this zone, this white zone here. So I should see something like this. Price taking out this previous higher low. So I should see something like this, then price should continue moving up. Without that, I'm not sure price is going to fully bounce off the zone. It might just stop from here and fall back down and then give us some confirmation and move up. So for now, this just gives me I use this dollar index to determine the strength of other pairs, USD related pairs. So without saying much about this dollar index, I'm going to drop down to GBP USD. GBP USD at the moment is not really making any sense based on the higher time frame. Let me show you guys so you see what I'm talking about. So let's go to the monthly. That's where I start doing my analysis. So on GBP USD, on the monthly time frame, we can see that since Monday the 3rd September 2007, GBP USD has been dropping. GBP USD has been in a downtrend. Not until we hit this massive support on the monthly time frame. Yeah, you can see it. Here's the support. Immediately as GBP hit that support, here is it. The market reversed, but not completely. You can see this reverse happening on the lower time frames like the daily, and you'll be convinced that the market is somehow bullish. Not yet. You can't say the market is bullish because this downward trend still holds. This bearish trend still holds. So for now, what I'll be expecting on GBP USD, these zones were plotted on the weekly, but since we have a clearer view here on the Monday, I'm just going to show you guys. So what I'll be expecting on GBP USD is either we hit this upper level. This will be my target for now, the short term. GBP USD should hit 1.42404 dollar per pounds. When GBP USD is going to hit this level, either we do two things. Either GBP USD breaks above here, above this level, bounce off and continue moving higher and higher and higher. And if that happens, I'm going to be happy because we have our zones all set, everything is ready. That would be some cool profit. Otherwise, if GBP USDs refuse to eventually respect this zone and decides to drop, we should see something like this. GBP USD should hit this level, continue coming down, and then breaking the all-time low on GBP USD, of which I'm not really sure about that, because if that was to happen, then price must have closed below this zone. But still yet, I trade according to what the market shows me. So that's my higher time frame perspective. Let me go down to the lower time frame. But I said based on the charts, you can see, don't bother about these lines. As I'm going down, I'll explain them. Let me just give you a reason why I plotted this one, this blue zone. So for me, before GBP USD make its way up here, I should see something like this, something like this, all the way up here. But if GBP USD decides not to do that, then I don't know, I'll just be patient. But for now, what I'm seeing on GBP USD, for now is very important, because at this point, I had this zone set. So I was expecting GBP USD to clear out this liquidity at this point, taking it out, thereby forming another break of structure, which is still liquidity. So I was expecting GBP USD to come all the way down here and then reverse all the way to the upside. But now, notice something. GBP USD took out this low. I was expecting it to drop, but GBP USD reversed and take out this high again. If you have understood market structure, you should see a problem here. At this point, the market does not have any directional bias, because taking out the low, taking out the high makes no sense. Because I was expecting it to drop, take out this low, retrace somewhere from here, and then bam, all the way to the downside. But now, instead, took out this low, taking out again the high, and dropping back. So at this point, I will rank this part of the market as a neutral market, a neutral trend, meaning from here to here, I don't see any market structure there, because this one invalidated the move that was supposed to happen down here, and this assured me that price is going to move higher. But instead, if price could took this level out, come down somewhere here, and then bounce to the upside, that could be perfect. But instead, price decided to take out this high, take out this low, and then nothing to show for it. So at this point, what I did was, since this is a neutral trend for me, that means nothing is actually happening at this point. What I'll do is, since I have this new trend forming, I'll patiently wait for price to form a new wave pattern, that is a new market structure. That means I'll wait for price to either take out this low, of which it already failed to do that, or take out this high. Either of these should happen. So I'll be patient enough to wait for price. Either price is taking out this high and then forming something like this to the upside. That's what I'll be waiting for GBP USD, or price should come back down here, take out this low, pull back, and then all the way down to our wiggly zone, this zone here. So that's what I'll be expecting for GBP USD at the moment. So something like this line, take it out, pull back, and either of these should happen. Either of these should happen to GBP USD. So for the moment, I'm going to be patient with GBP USD. I'm going to be patient with you. Now I'm going down to Euro USD. You know, normally I trade 5 pairs. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I use dollar index just for directional bias. And then now we are on Euro USD. Let me see what we have here. This is a monthly time frame. Monthly time frame. So as you can see here on the monthly time frame, Euro USD has been in an uptrend since one funny year. I would like to mention that again. So at this point, we can spot something like an inverse head on shoulders. You have the left shoulder, you have the head. Now we are coming to form the right shoulders. Most of you know about this chart pattern. This is the inverse head and shoulder. So for now, since I'm still favoring Euro USD to the upside, this is just what I have on the monthly. That's all. Let's move down to the, and most important, you can see this. I'm still favoring this Euro USD to the upside despite this downtrend. So most important, you can see this downtrend forming lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Somehow, yes, and lower low. Now we are heading to this zone here. So I'm favoring Euro USD to 1.23, 1 point around this zone here. You can just see 1.23103 dollar per euro. So this is my overall target for Euro USD. But remember, before this up move should happen, there should be a pullback that is going to give the market excuse me, that is going to give the market that momentum to push up all the way to this zone. So let's go down to the weekly and see where that pullback is supposed to happen. So here is my weekly zone where I'll be expecting the pullback to happen before the market eventually push up here. Let me just give you guys a clue. If you bring out your Fibonacci retracement, take from swing low to swing high, you will see that this zone aligns with the 0.5% retracement, and we have the 0.61 just below it, which confirms that this zone is more likely to play out. Even though I don't use trend lines, but I just use it as a confirmation, not even to trade with it. You know, some people trade with it as, man, I don't get it. So see, if you are depending on the trend line, you will wait for the market to drop all the way here, of which is a, according to the Fibonacci retracement, is a 0.618 retracement. But for now, I'm not sure I'm going to be using trendline, because for the past 3 years now I've been using trendline and see it, I don't see an edge in it. So for me, trendline should just be used as a confirmation, or or another confirmation that aligns with your support and resistance with your Fibonacci. Apart from that, I don't use trendline as a standalone something, or as you guys call it, dynamic support and resistance. No. So for now, I'll be expecting Euro USD to drop all the way down here before moving to the upside. But I can't trade on the weekly time frame, so I'm going to drop down to the daily. This is my current trend. Anything below this daily, I'm looking for entries. So for now, you can see this daily trend here on the market forming higher highs, higher low, higher highs, higher low, higher high, higher low, another higher high, change of character here on this higher low, this previous one, change of character on the higher low, tapping into the previous higher low again, giving us this pullback and then dropping down. So if you notice, guys, the market took out this level, took out this second higher low. So I should be expecting the market to drop all the way here, and if that happens, I'm going to make profit because I have all my zones set and ready for that. But for now, the question is, where am I expecting the drop should start happening? I'm going to be expecting the drop to start either from here, but I'm not sure price is going. The buyers are going to have that momentum to push price all the way to that level. So I will be favoring 1.15011 US dollar per euro. That's my zone where I'm going to be favoring the sell from. And if you take out your Fibonacci tool, swing low, swing high, swing low, you see that the 0.618 retracement aligns perfectly with my zone. So I'm going to drop down to the 4-hour to watch what's happening to this small retracement, because it's from this small retracement that I'm going to get my short entry. In case price, of course, I can see price forming higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Let me see. Okay, higher high. I should see something like this, and then maybe a change of character, pull back, and then boom. So I'll be taking my entry somewhere here. I'll be taking my entry somewhere here on Euro USD, targeting at least a 1:2 for my 100% retracement. That is taking out 50% of my, or a certain percentage based on my strategy. At this point, I'm going to be taking out something to pay myself for the time. After that, set my trade to break even, target this low. That will be my setup for now on Euro USD. Hope you guys are following up. Now, let's get to the bad guys. We have silver. It's not just giving me what I want. So at this point, if you come to the monthly, you won't have any valuable information. All you see is candles, funny candles. Weekly, same thing. And the daily, somehow, yes, you see some valuable informations. At the time, this silver USD was trending up, forming higher highs, higher low, another big higher high far away up here, and then we had this drop to the downside. So at this point here, I was expecting the market to bounce off, change of character. I don't know if you guys haven't seen what I'm saying here on the daily. Let me just drop down to the 4-hour so that everything is going to be simplified beautifully. So I was expecting the market to drop all the way down to this support, giving me a change of character nicely as it did here. But now, not just that, I needed another bullish confirmation of this particular zone, because at the moment I couldn't find any entry at this point. Even if you put and see this zone aligning perfectly and nicely, take out early buyers. See the zone, big trap. So I was waiting for price to drop all the way down here, and then giving me that shift in momentum from bearish momentum to a bullish, something like this, where this happened below that zone and we already had a close below the zone, so I didn't consider it again. I was like, okay, nothing is happening. So from that point, I was no more favoring silver to the upside. Everything changed. Everything changed. The moment price took out this low, this zone, the moment price took out this zone, I was like, okay, I'm going to be waiting for a pullback, this zone here, and then the market should drop. And eventually the market came back. I didn't see my entry. You can see I was waiting for my entry, but the market was so brutal. Enough time to tell me, yo boy, it's time for you to get in. It was just like bam, the downside. So I missed that entry again, but that's story. For now, what I'm expecting on silver to save time, what I'm expecting on silver is, see this low, this resistance. I was expecting price to pull back after this break of structure to the downside. I was expecting price to pull back to this daily resistance and then hit the downside, but still yet I don't know, price is still very slow, and I'm not even sure, because from this move price was supposed to just go straight there and give my entry, we all come down together, but price is still playing some funny deals that I don't get it. So for now I'm going to be observing, but if you look deep, you will notice that silver already took out this low, of which doesn't make any sense for price to come back up here. So what I'll be expecting now, if you go down to the 4 hour, there's a thing with this silver and XAUSD. I don't take, I also do analysis on 4 hour when it comes to silver and XAUSD, because they have more information on the lower time frames like daily and 4 hour. When the daily is not clear, the moves there are not clear, I'll go down to the 4 hour to use 4 hour as my current trend, because at times these pairs are just too volatile that can't get any information from the higher time frames. So you need to switch down to get valuable information. Like now on the 4 hour, we have this break of structure here. I'm going to be waiting for a pullback all the way into the zone, and when price pulls back here, I'll drop down to the 1 hour and look for a short entry with my confirmation. No confirmation, no entry. So that's it on the silver. Let me see if that it aligns with it. Oh, perfectly and nicely. Everything aligns. Beautiful. We have the 0.5% retracement aligning with my zone, and the 0.618 are just above it. Even if a wick just touch this zone, bro, this retracement, this 0.618 is valid. Just a wick. But at this point, we should have a full body candle in this zone in order to have our entry. So I'll be taking my entry from here, from the 1 hour time frame. So I should see something like this: upside, 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 change of character, bumps, and all the way down. So from there, I'm done with that. Now going to BTC USD. These stubborn boys. Okay, now on BTC USD, I have, let's take it all the way from the monthly time frame, all the way from the monthly. So looking at the monthly, you won't have enough information. So let's drop it down to the weekly. Perfect, perfect. So here on the weekly, just follow me so these zones won't confuse you. Just follow me. So we have higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Take note here. Change of character, telling us that what we are now moving from an uptrend to a downtrend. A very good signal. After the change of character here, we had a pullback, and now the trend to the downside is confirmed. So if you're doing something here on BTC USD, you should be selling. At this point, let's drop down to the current time frame where we can look for potential zones and scaling. So remember, this white zone here is the zone we had on the higher time frame. The blue zones are the one I spotted on the daily. But from here, after that change of character happened, see, this is a blue zone, this white zone from the higher time frame. So after the change of character happened on the higher time frame, I waited for a pullback, which the pullback did happen, but I didn't get into the trade. Why? Because this was not my zone. This zone, I had my zone somewhere else. It's after we had this break of structure here that I plot, that I spotted out the zone. I was like, why the price reverse from here? Because I had my zone, let me see, I had my zone somewhere here. I was expecting price to come all the way up here. I was expecting price to come all the way up here and reverse. You can see that that's where potential market reversal had happened. So we have something here at this one, and if you extend again, you can see we had 1, 2, and 3. So I was expecting the market come all the way up here and then giving us the reversal. I was not really confident about this zone here because it was not making sense to me. Making the zone too large. Let me unlock this. So I had another zone at this point here, but you see the market did not even touch that zone. So I was like, okay, next time, see you in the trade in BTC USD. So the market reversed and dropped down without me while I was just watching. But this time around, we have something to offer to the market. See price taking out this low here, a break of structure, and I'm expecting a reversal all the way up to this zone. When we are done with that reversal, so I'll be expecting BTC USD to reverse all the way back to $66,704 per coin. From that point, I'll drop down to my 4-hour or 1 hour to wait for my entry, then sell all the way to 50k per coin. That will be my target for BTC USD. So I'm seeing BTC USD hitting 50k per coin. 50k per coin. That's what I'm seeing for this bad guy. So how am I going to get my entry of this zone? At first, I was expecting price to either reverse from here or here, but as the saying goes, the higher time frame always win. So at this point, we had this higher high, higher low, equal high, and I was convinced that this zone is already holding because we had this massive bearish candles. I was like, yo, something is about to happen here. But I said to myself, if price doesn't take out this low, something like this, and then a pullback, I'm not going to get into BTC USD. Price doesn't take out this low, give us a pullback, I'm not going to get into BTC USD. So eventually that rule saved my life, because many people took sales of this zone and boom, stop loss triggered. So above here lie a sea of stop loss, buy stop losses, buy stops, telling the market if price takes out this level, trigger me on that buy trade. Others saying price hits this level, take me out of my sell position. So we have a sea of stop losses here. Those are how do you call it? Stop loss of a sell order is a buy order. So we had a lot of buy orders here. When this market is done triggering all these buy orders at this point, filling all its sell orders, the big guys about to fill their sell orders, when they are done filling it, you see the market giving us a massive drop all the way down to 50k. That's what I'm seeing for BTC USD. I'm confident about that, but still yet confirmation before entry. No matter how confident you are, always wait for confirmation before entry. So I'm waiting for my entry over here. If I see that, I'll go into the trade. Now we have the last pair of the day. XAUSD. As you know, not a lot of information here on the weekly nor the monthly, so I'll just start from the daily. On this daily, we had this zone, very strong zone, which turned the market all the way down here. I'm just going to take out this zone for now. This zone turned the market all the way down. We had this break of structure. I was expecting the market to give us a pullback into this. You can see here we had perfect daily resistance zone at this point, which if you go more further to the left, you will notice that that zone is quite strong. So I was expecting the market, since we already had this break of structure, I was expecting the market pull back into this zone, taking out early sellers, triggering the buy stops, that's collecting liquidity, pulling back here, confirmation, then sell all the way to this zone. But see, you know what? If this gold spot decides to come to this zone without pulling back, you're free, man. I'm not going to force you, so do what you like, but I stay with one rule: confirmation before entry. Simple. So thank you guys for following up. If you like this video, just subscribe and join my channel so that we can continue this journey together all the way to 100k funded. Peace out.